Hello everybody, welcome back into the Let's Look Brad channel. So here I have a box of pennies I'm going to be searching, and as always going to be looking for wheat cents, if possible for upgrades and album fillers for the Dansco album that I have going on. Any varieties would be really nice, oddities, counter stamps, so forth, so on. So definitely going to jump into this box. It is a fully circulated box, which looks good. Got a couple of shield cents on top there, which doesn't hurt my feelings because we never know what's inside the roll. But make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you jump onto the channel here and subscribe. Like I said, 60% of the folks who watch these videos haven't subscribed. And I'm pretty sure a couple of y'all are enjoying the videos so far and the information that I'm putting out here. But yet too, also y'all make sure to hit the like button. We're going to go ahead and jump on in, see what we get. Down to 16 rolls left in the box here. I finally got 5 wheat cents. Usually I like to get a handful of 5s to bring y'all in. So I finally got 5 wheat cents here. 44D, 45 Philadelphia, a 46D, a 50S, and a 55D. It's probably about the third stack of variety years that I've been through so far. Got the 2009s that are set up here, the Philadelphias and the Denver. And then 2 just awkward finds so far. Nothing super cool, but this right here is another planchet error that you see there. It's right above the 5 going through the jacket and over here to the left side. Little planchet blister on there. That's pretty cool. So held it off as an awkward. Now the 1959, I don't know if I can hold on to it. 1959 Denver we have here. It's actually got a little bit of a peel on the bottom, but I want to say there is actual right along the 9 and 5 here. Let me get you up under the scope. So I want to say there's an issue right here because it's like a peel all the way across it. What it looks like from here right on top side, and actually might go all the way down. Let me show you real quick. So you see there's a little bit of peel coming off the jacket here, but it looks like the portion of this peel was going on. I'm not for sure, but you can definitely tell it's coming from here all the way up. It's kind of like it's crinkled up top here, but it looks like a peel going to go on here. Flip you around this way. Yeah, looks like a little bit of a peel possibly going to go on. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, got a little bit of excess metal lapped over here. Probably what should have been right here at the rim to the jacket is actually laid up on top of the jacket. So just a little bit of an error there. I wanted to hold off to the side. The 5 looks like it's kind of doubled, but like I said, it's probably just what this damage is starting on here. So that's pretty interesting. Pull it off to the side. Didn't see anything else on it. But yeah, just an oddity. Anyhow, 16 rolls left. Finished up on the first $25 box of pennies there. Checked all the varieties. Didn't have anything but this other oddity here. This is going to be a 1964 Denver. You can see right there on the D. Basically what caught my eye, was like, well, there's got to be something going on with it. Either smushed in or something. Thinking it's another little lamination error on there, like a little die crack. See the crack starts to spin around here, and it looks like a lamination error almost around it. So that's pretty interesting. Like I said, just an oddity. Something to hold off as a little find there. But yeah, you see the crack around it. That's pretty interesting. Never seen one before, but held it off to the side with the other 1959 little peeled lamination issue there on top of that. We did have our 8 wheat cents in there, so there's not a whole lot in the box. Like I said, crossing fingers, we get more in our next box coming up, but I will have probably, I know for sure 2 boxes, possibly 3, but I know for sure 2. Let's see that box right now. Well, as mentioned, I was going to try to get 3 boxes. So we've got our second box here. This is $25 in pennies, which is basically another box. So we got 3 boxes here for our hunt. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. Actually, I'll just do the rolls since they're already out. But I didn't see any wheat cent enders. Nothing too terribly old, but do got some shields showing, so which is not too bad because, like I say, the shields also have varieties on them and DDOs and DDRs and so forth. So start with the loose rolls, move over into the box later. Well, before I get ahead of myself, I did say I didn't see any wheat cent enders, but I guess I took a little too quick of a glance. There's a wheat cent ender right there, probably early 50s the way it looks. decent detail on there. Now I have got 2 wheat cents so far. We got a 37 Philadelphia there, which is pretty nice condition, and a 1952 Denver. I'm not sure what's going on with that D. That's kind of bent back over. Might be an RPM, and then the variety set up here. No other additional finds, just a quick pop in. Well, we finished up on the loose rolls here. I only had a couple of wheat cents that actually came out of there, which we had one really rough 1940. I don't know, that might be a Denver possibly, but then you move over to the 44S that we had. So we did get 2 wheat cents out of there. Got a couple more Denver and then a Philadelphia 2009 to hold on to. And then I did pull out one of the 2024 Denver pennies, the first one I've seen and the only one that I've seen. Now, to let you know, on the 2024, I haven't heard of anything on the Denver, but the 2024 Philadelphia penny, the VDB that's at the bottom of the jacket down here, there's a new error out for the 2024 that doesn't have a VDB on the bottom. You can see it right there. So make sure whenever you're flipping through your coins, if you pull the 2024 Philadelphia, to check that one out. Of course, I put this under the scope, checked it for any doubling or anything for the extra eyes, extra ears. Didn't see anything on there, but I'm going to hold it off to the side for a new find. But anyhow, we do have a box here to go through. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this one. Still working on the third box right here. I've got quite a few rolls out. I've set out a lot of varieties up here. The wheat cents, though, too. We've got a few more wheat cents out of there. We had that crunchy one in the 1944S. I added a 40 Philadelphia and a 30 Denver there, as you see, which is really nice because 30 Denver we definitely need. I've got a 1988 up under the scope, and so there is a doubled ear variety. I am not positive on that really right here because it's a lot of extra metal on the bottom here. Now the ear is actually supposed to curl in where the top portion of that is at. And this big chunk of metal that's right here on the bottom of it, it looks a lot different. I've checked online on some pictures. PCGS actually has some good pictures too. Now you go in and type in 1988 doubled ear penny, and it can give you some pictures on the Google search to show you what you're looking at, and this one's definitely different compared to the ones that are on there. So as saying, that's a lot of extra metal. Some of the doubled ear pictures actually have the doubled ear, which actually starts off here to the side and goes down and loops back in. But there's pictures also which have this extra, almost like a V pattern that's at the bottom of it with, you know, that extra metal on it. Now, yeah, there's the 1983D doubled ear that looks the same way as this. So that's kind of interesting. I'm definitely going to hold it off to the side, but let me know what y'all think about it. I've got it sent out to a couple other folks just to get some comments on it, but let's zoom into it a little bit. But that's a little bit of extra ear on there for sure. Like I say, this portion right here, the ear would come around, and about right here, it would turn and pitch in, but there's a little more metal on this. I'm not for sure. And that's actually kind of stacked up on top of there. So yeah, you see that where it's actually supposed to turn in and it's like split right here? That's actually where it's supposed to turn and go in at. But like I said, it's got a little bit extra there. So I'm not for sure. Let me know what y'all think. Here's going to be another odd find. Look at this 1965. Look at that 5 is just kind of at a straight 45-degree angle coming down. Now, if you check online, the 5 is actually supposed to have a nice little loop like the 6 would, and it would loop all the way out. It looks like there's something going on here, but if there was any kind of manipulating it or whatnot, you would also see the remnants of what was left of the 5 on this right side of it, but that's interesting. I already flipped it over. Let me flip it around real quick. Flipped it around and looked. Like I say, you can see the goldish portion where it was actually sitting at, but it's kind of scooted over. That's kind of weird. That would definitely be an oddity for sure. Hold that one to the side. Still working on the variety stack here. So I actually pulled out a ton of these 1981 Denvers. I've been through about 5 or 6 of them. I think I got another one there. Got a couple more in here. Yeah, one right here, another one right here. So it had to have been a roll that was opened up. But this is pretty awesome, though. This is 1981. So we got ourselves a D over D. That's actually pretty cool. So you can definitely see the D on the outside hanging off. You see a notch on top here. You can see the lower D on the bottom, and also in the inside of the D there. So that's going to be a 1981 D over D. I tried looking it up. I got a couple more websites to run to look at and see if what's the values on these and how many is out there. But that's actually pretty cool. That's a repunch mint mark, which would be RPM. So that's a really cool find. All right, we knocked out box number 3 here. So I do have all of the varieties set up here that I want to definitely look through. We did get a few more wheat cents there. So we got a 1919, which would be our earliest one. Pretty worn in. I'm not for sure if we got one or not in the album. I want to say we don't, but definitely need to look. We got a 57D, 57D, and a 58D also on there. So anyhow, let me go ahead and run through all the varieties here. I'm going to check all of the wheat cents here up underneath the scope for any additional D over Ds or RPMs or anything. And then also to go through the 2009s there, and I'll bring you in for a wrap up. Okay, went through everything on the board here. Went ahead and went through all the wheat cents as you see stacked up here. Now the 1930D we will need slotted in here because we don't have a 1930D. So that's nice to put that in there. The 1919 that we had found, we do have a half decent 1919 in there. The one we have is pretty worn out. Let's see where that one is. This is 1940. There's a 1919 there. See how pretty roughed up it is. I'm going to hold on to it as always. And to let y'all know, too, this is actually from the beginning of the year. All these right here are wheat cents that I have found so far at the beginning of the year. And it's quite a few of them actually stacked up. So usually just throw them in the bag there. They're pretty worn in. If they are blazers, I do flip them up and hold on to them per like these right here in the cases. So anyhow, so like I said, 1930 will go into the binder there. We did get 2 Canadian cents there. Got a 2010, which is a really nice condition, 2010. And then a 1950 Georgia Vista 6th. So that's a cool find, nice older find there. All right, so at the beginning of the clips here, I showed you we had a nice little planchet blister there. The 59 had a nice little lamination there going in front of Lincoln's face there. And then the 64 had something going on with the D. It had a nice little crack around or lamination error on it. Now, this is the only 2024 Denver that I pulled out of the whole box. So make sure, though, if you get the 2024 Philadelphia, you're checking to see if it doesn't have that VDB on there. So then we move on over here to the 1981. This is going to have the D over D RPM. It is in a beautiful condition, as you can see. Someone definitely opened up a brand new roll because I'm pretty sure I had right around probably 40 or 50 of these in the box here. So then the 1988, that's the possible double ear on there. There's actually, as you can see from right here, there's a lot more metal, a lot of more ear that's on there. So I'm thinking it is. I'm going to hold it off. I'm going to flip it up just in case, but I'm going to get it checked out a couple more folks along the way. Now, I've got 2 pennies up underneath the scope, or 3 actually, but I'm going to set this one up there too. We're going to take a gander at it also. This one right here is a 1972. 1972 Philadelphia and a Denver. There's a really nice DDO for this one here. This one caught me by surprise just a little bit, but after a couple of seconds of looking at it, you can definitely tell that it's machine doubling. There's really no notching anywhere on it. It's only on the inside, and it's all to the south, as you see. The seven here, and a little bit of the belly, but it's not notched. Same thing with the bottom here. It's not really notched. I mean, yeah, so it looks just machine doubling to me. The one doesn't have any kind of notching or anything on it. So I think that's just going to be a machine double 1972. Nothing on In God We Trust standing out really. So we'll put that one back in the bag. Now, I've got let's check this one real quick. This is, I want to say 99. So 1999, flipped it over. And on the reverse here, you see it's got crazy looking planchet blisters across there. Nice little stripes all the way across. It's almost like feeder finger marks kind of. There's actually one here, one here, one here, one big one there, another big one here, and a huge one that goes through America. See the one that's going through America? It's right below the wording. One's right here. Now, 1999, I was looking for the wide AM on there, and that happened to be on there. You don't even have to have it up under the scope to see this one. See if you can see it without the scope on there. Yeah, you can definitely tell it without the scope. And see all the lines going through there? So that's pretty interesting. Hold that one off also. Now get over here to the, oh, my bad, the two that are up under scope still. I've got that 65 that I showed you earlier that had the awkward looking 5 on there. That's pretty interesting. And reason being because I pulled it off to the side and I put up, which I didn't find a better version of it, but this is 1985. And the 85 has the same 5 design as that 65 did. See how it comes at directly a 45-degree slant there? And this is the 65. And it's supposed to actually be curled. So it's got to be some kind of damage or something like that going on with it. Just an oddity. Just kind of wild to see. But never know if they use the same kind of die formation for the 85 on the 65 or vice versa. So just 2 extra pennies there. Going to hold off for oddities finds. But all in all, really good hunt. We got an album filler, which is really nice. Found a lot more copper, wheat cents to stash in the bag there. I got a pretty good amount of oddities stacked up too. And then I'm possibly thinking that 88, like I said, is a variety. So we got 2 varieties out of it. Really cool hunt. I hope y'all liked the video. Hope y'all having a fantastic week. Y'all give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you on the next video.